Lionhearted conversations. Open stance. Stop, drop, and roll model. Stop. Interrupt. Slow down. Pause the conversation as soon as possible following concerning comment. Drop into humility and awareness with curiosity towards one's thoughts, feelings, body senses, and those of the others. Reflect. Not react, and respond. Open to alternate perspectives. Listen with open heart and mind. Let self and others make mistakes. The purpose of this animation is to demonstrate an open stance. Respond with humility and accountability. Take ownership. Students in a family counseling graduate level course are meeting synchronously through video conferencing. They meet once a week. This is the 4th week of the course. Dr. Hobart welcomes the class.
It's great for us to be able to talk about how oppression relates to family therapy work. Take a few moments to situate yourself on the wheel of privilege and power. Then share what you feel comfortable revealing about your identities. For example, we can see how being in post-secondary education is a privilege we all hold. However, there's an assumption that this privilege means it has been easy to afford tuition and to adapt your life to complete your Master's of Counseling. I know that for many of you, the privilege of education was costly in many ways. This shows the complexity of privilege. What earned and unearned privileges have you experienced?
I would situate myself in the middle ring of housing because I rent my apartment. I also experience a lot of privilege as a Canadian citizen.
I would say I am middle class and neurotypical.
I do not have a disability, and I am an Indigenous woman.
Thank you each for sharing. As for me, I'm a professor, a settler, and able-bodied, which affords me a lot of privilege. I'm also cisgender and female. Although a lot of people see me as white, I'm actually mixed race. My father's family comes from Ghana.
Interesting, Dr. Hobart. I had no idea. I think people who are non-white are seen as less than. People who are racialized but white-presenting experience things so differently. Wouldn't you agree? I think colonialism has dictated who holds power and privilege and who doesn't.
Yes, and colonialism has also had its benefits. It's gotten us to where we are today. A perfect example is the way we are all privileged to access higher education.
Let's keep going for a bit. Where do others see themselves on the wheel?
Dr. Hobart thought. Why didn't I pause the conversation? How am I going to address that comment?
I have an invisible disability. I am non-binary. And am fluent in one official language.
Maybe we should look at the stop, drop, and roll model.
Calling in statement. First, courageous.
I'm feeling unsettled about Brittany's comment that colonialism has benefits. I'm curious if you could say a little more, Brittany. What do others think?
I'm feeling uncomfortable with that comment, too.
Second, courageous.
Thank you, Nola, for pausing the conversation. Let's look at the lion-hearted conversation model now. I recognize that I glided over that comment because I couldn't think of an immediate response. I focused on not wanting to shut Brittany down. I take accountability for not stopping and dropping.
Dr. Hobart thought. Damn, I should have responded immediately. Why didn't I?
I'm sorry for my lack of response. I think it's important to take time to discuss it now.
Brittany thought. This is upsetting and confusing. I want to be in the open stance, but now what do I say? I just repeated what I've heard my parents say about the need for colonialism.
I was caught off guard. My first thought was how colonialism brought lots of harm, trauma, and oppression through dislocation and genocide. I felt punched in the stomach, hearing that colonialism has benefits.
Courageous.
I'm honestly feeling ganged up on. I shouldn't have said anything.
Brittany thought. I don't really see how the comment isn't true, at least to some degree. I am not the problem here, people are so sensitive. Shame stance. Brittany thought. Oh my gosh, what if they think I'm racist or something? I wish I could just log off right now.
You know, being Canadian citizen gives me access to more opportunities, but I do find it unsettling that I live on land stolen from Indigenous peoples. My gain doesn't erase their losses.
Courageous.
I'm feeling upset and nervous. There was a similar conversation in another class last month, and it didn't go well.
Thanks for your openness. These discussions are not easy for anyone. Brittany, I appreciate you sharing your thoughts, because this opens the door to thoughtful dialogue and reflection. We can all gain further understanding and possibly new awareness. I think suggesting that colonialism has its benefits is problematic because most people will hear that as an endorsement of it. Colonialism has seriously harmed both racialized and non-racialized peoples.
I feel like it's the same as saying that all people have benefited from slavery.
Brittany thought. Yeah, that makes sense about my comment being loaded, especially if I consider what Lavina said. I should have been more clear and thought through my comment more before saying it.
I'm sorry that it came across like I was endorsing the colonial system. I know how harmful and oppressive it has been.
Open stance.
Thanks for that reflection, Brittany. You have modeled for all of us what it looks like to shift to a more open stance by responding with humility and accountability. We will continue to talk and reflect on these very important topics. Even though the discussion can be uncomfortable, Nola opened the door for us to practice a lion-hearted conversation.